What is this? Okay, good. It looks like I just milked nothing. I should probably not do that in town. Just like jack off in the town square. Hey, how's it going? Whoa, whoa! What the fuck is this? Got him! I've just been drifting around, being led by circumstances. No, that's not right. In Ave, you helped Bart when he needed it. I can't keep a fucking straight face, this awful writing. Drifting, kind of like me. Holy shit. Oh no! Oh, we're not quite dead yet. Don't worry though, I have a telescope equipped. The sprite tells me it's a lady, but the face tells me it's a man. Do that Dr. Girlfriend voice. Yesterday my stove caught on fire. I thought the whole house was gonna burn down. You there, ugly kid. Every kid is ugly.
What? These aren't special in any way. There goes the potion! Oh!
It's a perfect fit. Oh! Ooh! Well, that's gonna be a problem. 24 people have died. We might not finish the campaign now. Oops. I never equipped the chainsaw. I never equipped the chainsaw! Oh my god. I didn't stab that man with a chainsaw. I just made chainsaw noises as I hit him with an axe. Holy fuck, I'm an idiot. Oh, he'll have the key for sure. Police! Nobody move! Like I kicked his knee bone or something.
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
Armor broken, what the fuck? Just kicked that boar and my clothes exploded. Arcanum.
Damn it. Stop. You totally fucked it up.
Well, you fucked me, dog. We're not getting in now. You blew it, old man. Holy shit, you blew it. Wow, and it's just his face. Oh. No! I can't take you seriously when your planet's called Choco. Welcome to Choco, keep your nose clean. Is your planet named after candy?
Spell shit in hindsight. That went pretty good. The hell is this? It says the sacrifice of fire is the gate to ruin. Place torch if you crave the void. Okay.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
I fucked that up. A whole bunch.
Welcome back to my little burger shack.
We might need to go back in a second for drugs, but we have everything we need, presumably, to go. You know, actually, what I'm gonna do. Here's an idea. I'm gonna go get that reef glider at the security headquarters. Get some walking around money. Selling that. I just need, like, there you are. Yeah, I just need a little piece of shit that I can swap the parts out for. Oh, that's not my piece of shit. That can't be true. It's, yeah. This is mine, I just don't have the key for it. I thought I made every drug ever too, but I assume going to the bottom of the ocean is going to be a big deal, so I want to make sure we're not underprepared. I do have a lot of drugs, though. Jumping bean, especially. The one good thing is, with our biology, I suppose I should take some fishing rods with me to Deep Cavern, but if I get some fishing rods in Deep Cavern, we should be self-sufficient this time. There should be a junk jet key or something in my box. There it is. It's going to be a bit of a journey to drag this thing home. But yeah, we're going to drive the junk jet there, and we're going to rip out all the parts, and we're going to put those in the Reef Glider so she becomes seaworthy, and then we'll ride that to Rift City and sell it. Not Rift City, Core City. I wish it was Rift City. It's filled with rifts. Wish I could drive this thing through a fucking rift. I'll be very upset if we're not looking at thousands of coins for selling off this thing. Ancient Lemurian jet ski. Oh, fuck off! I have it. Aegis scrap jet key. That's a junk jet. Fuck my life. I spoiled myself with the turbo though, so it's pretty much overwon them straight up. It's one of those diagonals. Look at this. Torpedo, this ain't. I'm sure it's a good stable platform to fight on and patrol the sea, but I'm a man on the go. I just realized we might not be able to make plasma grenades in these caverns. So our combat utilities might not be self-sufficient. It'll be very important that we befriend the Chortists and the Faces. There's a way to do it, someone said. This is a fucking size one. You know what? I'm in no mood. That's a little too much work for me. And I open the gate and everything, I think, so I can just drive right into the submersible dock. It looked like a size 2 jet ski, but it took size 1 parts. Oh well. Blistering Shores is... You gotta go right in, huh? Here we are. Battery drained just in time. I'm actually gonna leave these behind because they're so fucking heavy. Anything else I can leave behind? I'm gonna keep this just in case I'm dying to cold, because we can swap this in, can't we? I'm not over the moon about some of these Craftians weighing me down. I don't want to be. God only knows what awaits us down there. Let's do another hard save, even though we did just start. 39. Alright. Set course for the bottom. Set docking coordinates Abyssal Station 0. 020-476-118-263-21-15. Dive. Verifying coordinates done. Performing thruster capability test failed. Unable to dock at Abyssal Station 0 from this location. Calculating closest starting location done. Move vessel to coordinate L2 before trying again. What? Just drive if it's... If autopilot... If I can't drive it manually, just go. Please input surface, or I did. Thruster status. Navigation. Sonar is off. Course has been locked. I have to tow the sub. Maybe the reef glider can tow then? Navigation. Life support's fine. Oh no! Liquid oxygen supply is empty. Maybe I can get a lift. Oh, it's just static on all channels. Because I'm in a compound, oh boy. Burger time out. Maybe the ferryman would tow me. His boat is probably a little too big to get in. Mind answering a couple questions about my mission? You mean over Navcom? We better discuss these things in person, Corporal. Fuck off. Report. Okay. Cam security, what's your status? Fine. Jet ski patrols, you guys want to give me a drag? No. I have my jet ski on me, don't I? My jet ski, I mean my wall jet ski, the jackhammer. Oh, I already fought you fucking rapscallions. Not cool. Where's the other side crab? At least it's just one. Nope, he was hiding behind the pillar. What's the attack frequency of electrokinesis? That doesn't say. Oh, 111 on a carapace, that's pretty good. I don't think I can get promoted past corporal. Because the scope of your adventure in Underrail is not to save the world, so there's all sorts of things that you don't get to be privy to. I'm about to get stunned, which sucks. There we go. Didn't recharge my shield after that fight. I feel I was here recently. It's weird everything's respawning. Not blown away by that. Alright, well, we need to figure out a way to tow this up. Maybe the Reef Glider could, because they give it to us as part of the story, but a Reef Glider is size 1. I don't understand the point of this guy, because he's holding it up for him. I don't get it. Maybe if I go tell the professor that the sub was fucking weird, he can give me some tips. Otherwise, I'll have to, like, I don't know, buy a freighter? Maybe a patroller can tow? If a patroller can tow, that also lets us grab the, I don't know, it just seems weird if only a couple can tow. They make you do it at the end. And then actually, where's the ferryman? Not now. He's always in the goddamn north when I need to see him. What are you up to there? Characters have submerged in water. Evasion increased by 300. I don't care. And technically, Justin, the expedition doesn't have any power to promote me. They just recognize my military rank because they're from the north where the Protectorate is. But it does suck that after helping their efforts in South Underrail, the Protectorate didn't promote me. Corporal seems like a very low rank for wiping out the free drones. War crime armor was still worth it. I am hoping for the ferryman. I'm also hoping the ferryman will just go get it for me because he has a crane. There's some sort of presumption that his crane does something for me, and I don't know when else I would have needed it. There's one screen filled with natives still, though, and it killed me the last time I went looking for the ferryman. I'm about to go ashore there. I left that screen just in time. That's twice now I thought I found them. It was just one of their big boats they used to attack the camp. This is the end of their village. Where the fuck is he? I'm just gonna go have to wait at the camp. I don't know where the fuck he shows up in the north. Or maybe he doesn't go to the north anymore now that they're dead. Just does a big U-turn. You're not gonna help me with the sub? I already know about that. Damn it, where could he be? No, she was answering her phone though. She just said that she can't see him. He's docked at the pirate base, you fucking liar. Couldn't see him a second ago, but now he's suddenly at the pirate base. Curse you, Yehoda. Curse you. Maybe he was just in transit. And he just doesn't exist for a few minutes while he goes between towns. There might be some pirates patrolling, but the base should be in. That's a nice one. Did you see that? Didn't look like a junk jet. I would be wrong. It's a scrap jet. Looked like it had a nice paint job. Their town seems bigger than the expedition camp, but are you fucking serious? Now where is he? not now. You fibber. You just said he was at the pirate camp. It's a shame I never chumped him up for his radio frequency, because I could just say, "Where the fuck are you?" To which he'll reply, "In the sea. I'm on a boat, aren't I?" He'd say something cunty. Can I help you? Right my goddamn way. Why can't I? I have it on. I didn't memorize it because I had implosion. I remember now. There's a lot of lepers in this part of the water. We'll check for poison. I overshot that base by quite a bit, didn't I? Keep trying to press escape to get out of the radio, and it does not work. Oh boy. You're gonna lie and tell me you know where he is this time now that I'm home? Where is he? Okay, he sailed north. Visits the Muty Island and the pirate base, so he should show up in the Muty base. Yeah, I don't I just don't want to get the freighter on principle, because, yeah, we've done this with the torpedo. I shouldn't need to buy a freighter, so I'm missing something. I wish I could just figure out where the fuck he docks up north. Unless, like I said, he really does just vanish while he travels. Because I feel we checked all the tiles that would have been where he docked. The ferryman is being frustrating on purpose. Incredible. Incredible. We can hold the size 2 suspension. Visits the geyser village? That's not north at all. I actually thought these guys were outcasts. And he also just salvages in the north. Where am I? I'm mostly upset that I somehow missed him in the pirate village. I think they don't drop treasure if they're underwater. Where am I? What is this? Did I drive into Fort Crag and not notice? Yes. Ugh. Ooh. She's seen better days. Well, I guess we'll just take the patroller home and sell that in Core City. Because I gotta buy this freighter apparently if this guy's just gonna fucking hide from me. Not now, yeah, fucking doubt it takes that long to get home. Guess we just go west until we find the outpost. I'm mostly just concerned this won't even be enough money. I wonder what the path to North Underrail would be. Maybe you can't get there. Alright, well, I'll just get off here and see if he wants to buy it. I'd like to sell a jet to you. How much will you give me for the Aegis Patroller? Whoa, whoa, hold on there. I can't just purchase some random military or law enforcement jets. Are you fucking serious, Ray? I got the Devastator fair and square with proper papers and all, and no one ever bothered me about it still. I ain't flaunting around just in case. But this, no, sorry. I don't want... Fuck you, man. Just fuck you. Just fucking wow. Oh, I gotta see what the fucking freighter costs with my mercantile. 6,600. That's fucking a lot. That's a lot just because the fucking ferryman will show up. I gotta go get it is the fucking problem. It takes a size 1 engine. I don't know if I have any size 1 parts. How'd I put my size 1 parts in storage? Size 1 engine, size 1 battery. Let's just do that. That's probably easier. Thank God I'm overweight though. Let me buy a couple pounds. Put the Lemurian armor away even though I said I wanted to keep it. I cannot fucking believe he would not buy a Quest reward jet ski I was given. Aegis isn't even military, it's a private security corporation from North Underrail of all places. I could understand if I somehow had the key to a protector jet ski, but like, man, what the fuck? I'd like to sell a jet to you. It's a reef glider. A what? It's a reef glider. Never heard of it. What kind of jet it is? It's an old type of jet ski relic, one can say. It was manufactured by the NFT Corporation more than 2 centuries ago, and the chances of finding a functional one are as slim as its owner's wallet. Sounds freaking hardcore. What are you asking for it? 20 grand. 20 grand. 20 grand? Too much burger time? 17 grand. 15 grand. Got yourself a deal, burger time. Got the key then? Here you go. Hardcore. Ooh, that's a nice looking key too. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy taking this baby out for its first ride as soon as I close the shop. I'd like to buy your freighter. How about 50? How about 4620? All right. How about 5280? Well, congratulations, Burger Time. You bought yourself a jet, and here's your key. See you around, Ray. That was a lot of money, but I'm still fucking mad we had to do all that just to move the goddamn sub. Where are you? Is it outside because it's one that you find with people stealing? Yes. This floating inner tube. Doot 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 doot. I only have 13,000 more coins after that purchase. Beep beep. So first, I have to go and tow the torpedo home, just so I don't forget. And then we have to tow the sub out. This is bad, because we're on maximum speed. This is default game speed. Slow down, you fucking madman. Watch it, I'm driving here. Jesus. Do I want the diagonal here? I don't. As much as I'd like to sell the freighter on principle, I don't want to have to drive this thing a second more than I have to, so we'll probably just leave it at the base camp. I mean, if I never found the rifts, the freighter would be a godsend, but I think the game would push my patience to its limit if I didn't find the rifts. What's the freighter for? The submarine won't work. Doesn't have enough power to get where we need it to go, so we have to drag it there. And then it can dive. Because presumably the ferryman would do it for us, or tell us how to do it, but I can't fucking find him. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna drive right by him on this thing. I think I will. I think I will if we see him. I'm just gonna fucking throw some napalm on him and see what his steel is. Because we know nothing about him from our perspective. I'm sure the ferryman's an interesting character, but I've totally botched talking to him. So whatever intricate lore he is all about, we don't know. He might turn into God himself if I hit him with that napalm grenade. It's interesting that the left side isn't magic, just the right side is. It's going to be a bit of a pain to fight on this thing, though, because we'll probably get jumped by a couple sea serpents. Oh, Jesus Christ, Speed Racer. Dun, 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 dun. The thing is I feel with the engine power on the torpedo, I could tow things, but maybe it would just tear the frame apart. How do I tell it? There we go. Let's go. Oh, are you fucking for real? What the fuck? I don't get it. Are like, is this fucking really? I gotta go one tile at a fucking time? The sea is not being kind to me tonight. Fuck off. shit game. I'm losing it. Seven tiles of this shit. Whoa, close one. Yep, it's just gonna fucking stay busted the whole time. No, the torpedo is probably one of the lightest. Like, what's my displacement? Doesn't say what the displacement is. The freighter should be. Wait, like, the freighter's the only thing that can tow things. If it can't fucking tow a torpedo, what's the point? Fuck off. I paid money for this. Oh, this is still better than Deep Caverns. Has that going for it. At least I can stop and come back whenever I want. we're just leaving it here. We don't need to do any fucking more of this than we need to, because I'm guessing the submarine's going to break in the same way. I don't tow it in a cutscene. I do like that he quickly dons and doffs his wetsuit. Don't want to get too soggy. That took so long, I have to go to the bathroom now. God, it's been a fucking hour. I found the sub, I just wanted to use it. Just pure busy work. I don't know how much time we would have saved from the ferryman actually showing up. Not a good day to play, apparently, with this towing problem. It's been back and forth. Like, Stig's added a couple items. Like, he added the fanny pack in the middle of this playthrough. That was pretty cool, but I'll be back in a second here. The upside of that towing bug is it makes the freighter seem super fast when we're not towing. I think I had to take it somewhere fucking stupid too. I think I got to tow it like right to the middle of the sea. I'm gonna have to fucking tow it while there's monsters. Oh my god. Yep, they're both busted. I noticed there it didn't detach in combat, so it's actually quicker to just drive it in combat. Oh, where the fuck am I taking this thing? L2. Conveniently, the sub uses the same grid system as Aegis. L2. That's not fucking near me, that's for sure. Unfortunately, fucking... I only get one turn when there's nothing around. Where the fuck am I? I'm in K9. God damn it. It's a fucking chore tonight. I think L2's by Port Cedo. So L is... Wait, what? No, this is... So L would be like here. Right? God damn it, it's so fucking far away. Fucking saving it right here in case I'm wrong and I'm going the wrong way. Fuck off. Just stay in combat, Burger. Just pretend there's an unarmed townsperson nearby. Maybe I should tow one of those to the boat. Holy fuck, God have mercy on that ferryman the next time I see him. Can I just use a jet ski that I don't care about and then just drive the sub there? So I can't drive the sub is the problem, and the freighter's the only one that can tow. That's the fucking hell I find myself in. Oops. Ah, there's fucking monsters here too now, because I've been gone too long. Can I get through here? Maybe. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Unless I can drive it in there through fetid marsh. Yeah, either go through the fetid marsh or I go through the pirate outskirts. It looks like I can get through. Nope, it's blocked. Fuck my life. Fuck this. I'm not where I fucking thought I was. This is L2. We finally arrived. There was no fucking reason to tow this sub. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I could have just dove right on the spot and the game wouldn't have changed. Vessel is ready to dive to Abyssal Station 0. No fucking shit. Absolute fucking waste of my time. Almost 2 hours gone. Because the fucking sub wouldn't dive right away. Should make a hard save just in case I'm trapped down there deep cavern style. I think you can leave, but... Oops, all ocean. We're fine, we docked. Alright. Let's just take a moment so I can erase that terrible fucking sequence from my mind. Holy shit. Okay, it's gone. And my reward, 111 quality Kevlar cloth, finally. Watch out, Underrail. Oh Christ, another 9 strength check. Things we're not doing. We got here, Dockmaster. A deep sea water globe. Unable to connect to Assen. Cargo traffic log, I need to know where the Acorn went. Acorn. Research and Development Dome. Summon available strongmen? No available strongmen detected. It's weird that that's just there for flavor, because you never want to summon the strongmen. They never help. These guys aren't... It's dead. There's a gaping hole in its chest, apparently made by a plasma projectile. Apparently, I'm dexterous enough to reach through this grate. A plasma grenade Mark III. Neat. Grab ladder. Am I that agile? No. It won't help, but I'm going to eat the burger. The eel sandwich. It reads on the side elevator control console, however it's out of order. Well, I can't do any of the skill checks, let me get the fuck out of here. Oh, this way. Here we go. Here we go. Residential 1. Yeah, I guess you would have to live down here. Take forever to take the sub home. Everyone watch out for deep sea spookies. I played Bioshock. Which I guess would be crazy 1950s people might attack us. Oh, whoa, hello? Todd? He observes you with caution, panting heavily while at the same time trying to be as still as possible. He takes his time with his greeting. Hi. Hey, what do you mean, hi? Aren't you concerned there's an absolute stranger walking about? I am, but Mother always told me to be polite. Oh, no, he's retarded. Todd. My name's Todd. Todd Newman. Nice to meet you, mister. Is there anyone else down here, Todd? Down? No one. Here, there are 2 families living here, the Newmans and the Oivinders. Without warning, his tenor voice turns into a high-pitched, hoarse falsetto. Todd, who are you talking to? By the depths, what's all this commotion? Who's this person? Who is this person, boy? Oh, mother, father, this is outsider. He came from the outside? Is it from the outside? Speak. It's a man. Leave it, Shelley. A woman wouldn't make a difference anyway. The boy's useless. Angus, don't draw attention to it in front of the visitor. Who gives a damn, woman? If only, if only we had more children, Shelley, many children, then we could afford a failure or 2. Mother, father, not in front of Mr. Outsider, please. Why do you always have to be so mean to me? Why? Shut up, you sniveling idiot, shut up. Do not interject. Listen to me. You stop talking to this person this instant, and return to your exercise. You got that, boy? You got that? You listen to your father now, Todd, and don't forget to eat the nutrient bars I prepared for you. Yes, mother. Father. Sorry, mister. I have to go. Exercise. Yeah. See ya, Todd. A motion picture frame. A small hand-sized animated picture frame. It's heavily damaged, with one side being completely dark and the other notably distorted, and its animation frozen. All of which gives the people still depicted an unnerving appearance as they stare at the missing half. Oh god. Through its transparent cover you can see slots for various tools, none of which are present. These tools are stored around the user's forearm and could be rotated until reaching an opening at the interior side. From here, they're likely inserted into or even extracted from the hand. Unfortunately, this neat-looking device doesn't appear to be functional anymore. I bet you it is, so we'll take one. A vehicle repair kit. It depicts 2 blueprints side by side, one for handmaidens, the other for strongmen. Certain components are highlighted on both sides and their properties displayed, presumably for comparison. A digital frame displaying an animated family photograph. Food processing, aquaponics. The fitness room. No thanks, Todd. What? I think, Todd, I'm busy. You're gonna make, will you? Todd's arm. The hand is already completely cold, except for a warm spot where the microchip implant is located. It too, however, feels colder by the minute. You can't steal microchips, we learned, because Phil's hand was mutated. Shouldn't have stood in my fucking way. My patience is threadbare tonight. Research and Development Dome, I need Todd's hand for this one. Welcome, P. Bridges. Authorization failed. Outdated implant security module version. Please report to the medical office and either residential domes for necessarily implant updates or replacement. Okay. Doors won't. Well, can't interact with the doors if I wanted to. It's the problem. You're gonna make me fucking talk to Todd, aren't you? Quirky old Todd. What a character. Where's this medical? There we go. Thank God. Unable to connect to us. Medical records. Todd Newman. Todd Angus Newman. He's married to Svenna Stig Oyvinder. Hormone test results? Testosterone seems very low. Everything seems within reasonable, though. Medication synthesis unit reminder. Useful substitutes in case of shortages. Bullhead focus stim for attention deficit disorder, third eye for perceptual disorders, hypercerebrix for cognitive disorders, jumping beam for physical disorders, and twitch for reflexes. Don't tell me I gotta fucking dope up Todd to fix his problems. Summon available handmaiden? No available handmaidens detected. No security supervisor available. I can't. Seems to be the medical room, the one to put the microchip in. I don't have Twitch on me though. There we go. The percentage of total medicine chemical content required for synthesis is displayed next to each item. I have all these. I actually would have liked some Twitch, but they don't have any Twitch. God, will you stop fucking with your heavy breathing? A name has been etched into the wall in big, shaky letters. Mikhail. A child's drawing. It's a piece of e-paper containing a shaky drawing of Lemuria. Buildings, people, servants, horned animals, crimson meadows. It's all there underneath a towering blue light. I need some directions. I hear father coming. Yeah, let's skip this quirky schizophrenic shit. Hey, do you have a microchip in your hand? I hear father... Man, fuck off. Just unlock the gate to the R&D dome. I can't go there, I told you. Well, luckily my strength is too low for this. I'm only asking for you to unlock it, not go in there with me. Mother and father told me not to touch it. Why not? It's forbidden. That's good. I don't have Intimidate. Why do you have to exercise? I need to get in shape and be more healthy. I hear father coming. May I speak to your parents? I'll ask. They're with the Ovenders, but they say you can join them, Mr. Outsider. Lead the way. Mr. Outsider, so you're the visitor the Newmans have been talking to us about. Yes, the one the Newmans have been talking to us about. It's Corporal Burger time. Stig Oyvind. So Oyvinder, our daughter Svenna couldn't be present. Yes, and we're Shelley Angus Newman. Welcome, and we apologize about what you were hearing during our first encounter, Corporal. Yes, we're sorry. If the boy did something embarrassing, he's an imbecile. Angus, forgive our son, Corporal. He's been doing plenty of exercise lately. We all make mistakes when tired, isn't that right, Angus? Where are you from exactly, Burger Time? "200 years ago, and they're at war with Biocorp, so don't say that. I'm not from Lemuria. Institute of Short is only 100 years old. Southgate Station. Another station? Where is that? Oh. Do tell us more about the outside. Actually, I'd like to ask you something first. Oh, forgive us for flooding you with questions, please. We haven't had anyone from the outside come to us, ever, so we're naturally quite keen on learning what's out there. Hope you understand. Indeed we are. But all in due time, feel free to ask any questions you may have. Do you know anything about this thing called the Acorn? Acorn? No. What is it? It's pre-war technology that's somehow connected to certain machines capable of traversing great distances, even reaching the surface. That's beyond outside. The surface? High technology? Angus? I don't know anything about it, child. By the depths. If it's important, and if it's here, then it has to be at the Research and Development Dome. That's where all the important technology was brought during the Great War. My ancestors were researchers in the dome, but I've never been told anything about this acorn. It could have been taken during the disunion. It's possible, or it could have been forgotten. Tell me about the disunion? First, you need to know about the Sub-Islanders. Okay. We are. That would be us. Oh god. We're the last of our people in Lemuria, me, my wife, and our daughter, Svenna. Senna, sweet, sweet child, our daughter-in-law. The Sub-Islanders came to Lemuria way before the Great War, and we've been together since. Yes, our numbers were modest in the beginning. We came from Atlantis, a station that's said to be in a place called the North, in the direction of the docking dome, way beyond it. Why did the Sub-Islanders come here? Our people were adapted to living conditions the native Lemurians were not, the conditions you witness here. We don't need much room, much light, much movement. The station was built with us in mind. It's much like Atlantis, the senior Sub-Islanders used to say. Sub-Islanders were perfect for working here and helping the Lemurian community. We performed mining duties, technology research, and along the way maintained our culture. What survived the integration, that is. We did live separately from native Lemurians until the Great War. Then, many years later, disunion happened. We greatly admire the Sub-Islander language, yes. Isn't that so, Angus? Oh, and I have to add that I've always envied Asta for her beautiful name. It sounds so open and bright. It's the two A's, one at the beginning and the other at the end. Sneva sounds gorgeous as well. Kind of sounds like a sneezing noise. Thank you, Shelley. Everyone falls silent. Where'd you say the acorn might be? Research and Development Dome, but it's locked. Locked. Curse it to the depths. Let's hear about the station. Anything specific in mind? Would you like to know about the other domes? What's wrong with the Research and Development Dome? That'd be the western exit, but it's locked. It is locked. No one goes there, and no one should go to that dome. Curse it to the depths. Can it be open? Of course, our family has access to it. The Newmans are direct descendants of the last technology minister, Theodore Newman, so this family has always had the privilege of station full access. But the Ovenders do too, of course. But that dome is a place of tragic history and possibly great danger, as it hasn't been maintained in a century. I scared the boy away from it real good. You have to drill it into his thick skull, you see. Other domes? Well, there's the docking by the cafeteria, which is where you came from, I suspect. Then there's the manufacturing, residential 1, this one, residential 2, food processing, aquaponics, power, and finally, research and development. Yes, research and development. Manufacturing dome? It's the largest dome, easily 3 times larger than docking. There's so much space above your head, so much you could stand on someone's shoulders and still have room above. But it was sealed off after a fire many years ago, back when I was a boy. In those days, we could still produce things with the machines that survived the disunion. By the depths, it was glorious. A network of assembly lines and Autobots, which my father told me back in his grandfather's day, processed materials brought in by sublifters from mining outposts and produced everything we needed, from simple number 1 screws to strongmen and sublifters. Now we have nothing. Nothing. Docking dome? You came from there, right? Via submarine or a subsphere, right? It is, after all, the station's only connection to the outside. The place where our ancestors arrived at their future home, after being driven out of their former ones by Biocorp, where the war for them ended. And the same place where yet another war ended. Yes, anyway, Corporal, that dock hasn't been used since those days, until you arrived, if you did come that way. Residential one? Why, you're in it right now! This is where we live, all of us. The Oivenders have their own room, Angus and I our own, and Todd and Cinna have their own. We spend nearly all of our time here. I work at the doctor's office, Mr. Newman has his workshop, and my wife works here as well. I work here as well. I spend half my time at the food processing dome, but the rest I spend here. There's not much to do elsewhere. Most of the fighting took place here during the disunion, you know. The cafeteria was where... Oh... I can't. Please forgive me. I don't know why I even started. Residential 2? It's a dome east of here, similar to this one. It leads to food processing and aquaponics. It was slowly abandoned following the disunion as there weren't many people left at the station. All that free space. But after the boy messed up at the aquaponics, we don't let him go there anymore. Angus. It was difficult to maintain and the walls have corroded and the smell of the filth. We only use the main hallway anyways. I'd never live there. Never ever. And that incident could have happened to anyone, like that fire in manufacturing. It was an accident. Damn it, woman, have you forgotten? The fire was started by a maniac who wanted to kill himself. Damn be to the bottom of the abyss. He killed my father. Angus, Shelley, please calm down. Food processing? Well, food processing and aquaponics are two sections of a single dome. Think of it that way. It's where I work. The aquaponics is a wonderful, self-contained automated system which unifies breeding aquatic life with growing plants, all for our nourishment. And all of this is processed at the other part of the dome, and that's my job. I make sure that what we're eating is up to the highest standards. And the boy sent it all to the depths, single-handedly. He didn't send anything to the depths. I asked him to keep an eye out for the leak while you were busy repairing the door to our room. You remember, don't you? And he flooded the whole damn dome. The pipe burst. Why must you be so difficult, woman? The boy was tampering with the pressure controls on your console to fix the leak. Then he started turning the valves to fix what he fixed. The uncoordinated idiot. Then he super taped what he fixed by playing with the valves. And then it all went to the depths. You remember that, Shelley, don't you? Angus, Angus, Angus. My son's not a lunatic roaming around the station sabotaging everything. If he was there, it was because I needed his help. He did what you said, but he had to because you weren't there. Now, I don't want to talk about this anymore. You're embarrassing us in front of everyone. Stop it. Don't you care? Power dome? That'd be the southern exit, but it's sealed. Our power generators are there. There's no way to repair them if they malfunction. No more spare parts. And the last one who knew how to service them was Shelley's old man. But they do work well, still. That's why we don't want the boy going there. The substation unit allows us to monitor and control the power levels, but the hydrothermal generators themselves are made to last. Can't get into research and development, though. Can it be open? Of course. We're not going to open it, though. We're assholes. Excuse me, why are you here exactly? I'm looking for the acorn. The thing I asked you about? Ah, yes, yes. And what do you intend to do if you find this acorn? Are you just going to leave and that's it? Are more outsiders going to come here? Well, I'd have to clean up the dome. What about us? I mean, I'm just going to leave. You're clearly all busy with your comings and goings. Alone, yes, we can't leave the station. It's difficult to explain. Too late. But our children, you see, Todd and Cinna, problems here, I mean, it's a different world outside, but maybe, Todd's facial expression no longer corresponds to a single character, and he falls silent. This lasts for a few moments as his stare slowly drops down. Yes, we'll discuss this later. Where were we? I was going to ask you some more questions. I'd like to know more about... I really don't want to know anything about you. If you must... We'll go first if the Ovenders don't mind. Where to start? We're descended from the Lemurians, which obviously found the refuge here. Refuge from Biocorp. He utters it with undiluted hatred, clenching his fists and scowling in the process. The Newmans were reputable architects, you see. They were the ones who designed Lemuria, and Theodore Newman was the last technology minister, a powerful man who surely would have become the prime minister if things hadn't turned out the way they did. Meanwhile, I am a direct descendant of the greater composer, Kurt Riley. Yes, yes, although there aren't many family names left anymore. As my father used to say, make sons unless you want your last name extinct. A fate which befell most sub-islanders. Most of our family names were lost due to old family name inheritance laws. Completely lost. Yes, but our family name has survived to this day, and so did yours to this day. No servants to help you? Our two families are the only ones here. Most servants were destroyed during the disunion. We had no means of replacing certain components for the ones that remained operational. I do manage to activate a strongman from time to time when need be, but they don't last very long, and I have to mix and match working components between them. Yes, we used to have a modded handmaiden. Maud. She had some strongman parts, but only interior. She acted as a nanny of sorts for Todd and Cinna, you see, when they were little. Just watched over them and did simple tasks. Ma, the old gal is still around, but I had to deactivate her after she malfunctioned. Oh, don't remind me, Angus. Todd couldn't sleep for a week. You see, Corporal, strongman power is similar yet different to the handmaid. Don't bring us back to that unpleasant moment, especially not in front of our guests. Tell me more about the disunion. Again? A separation of our two peoples, unfortunately a violent one. After the Great War, most prominent native Lemurians arrived at Abyssal Station, most ministers, their families, and everyone else who had been selected. All was well at the start. Biocorp never found this location, and the natives integrated into the sub-islander population well. There was no segregation, and the two peoples lived together, room to room. There was one place where the natives didn't fit in. The Research and Development Dome had two sections, general laboratories and special laboratories. The special laboratories performed highly advanced and specialized research, and were composed of respected Atlantean researchers who preferred working their own way and didn't like the outsiders. Some of these were my great-grandparents, and everything I'm telling you now is passed down through the generations. That bloody lab, to depths with it. Angus, don't interject, it's bad manners. It didn't take long before arguments over the administration of the special laboratories and the direction of its research made all native scientists leave. As years went by, this spread to general laboratories as well. One can say these were the earliest signs of tensions between the sub-islanders and the natives. And as years went by, the two people could coexist less and less. The medical problems the native Lemurians suffered from being incapable of living in confinement at the station, the resources necessary for medication, special accommodation, and later even artificial means of reproduction. It became a growing problem. The condition itself, this was seen as weakness in the eyes of the proud Atlantean sub-islanders, an obstacle to their and the station's future. Weakness. Most of these sentiments originated in the R&D dome. There were disagreements even among the sub-islanders themselves. Some felt the researchers took on views far too strange and in some ways unreal. Their behavior changed as well. Their families who lived in the residential domes spoke worried about their beloved ones returning after days, weeks of absence to them with obsessions regarding our ancient sub-islander culture, and about going outside the future and the past, the hatred towards the native sickness. That is, while they were still returning. God, I don't even want to imagine it. There was a moment in time when no one left the dome. All who went there stayed there. Thus, the station was in a state of fear, and security was on high alert. Then, about a century ago, it happened. The gates to R&D opened, and armed sub-islanders, disunionists, started pouring out, dressed in clothes described only as horrifying. They spoke in our old sub-islander language. My grandfather, a sub-islander historian, told me so himself, and he awarded this language the epithet bastardized. The cafeteria was where the largest battle happened. These madmen wanted to kill everyone. This dome, it was a massacre. The disunionists killed their own family members who refused to join them, the ones they could reach. Those who survived managed to lock themselves in and defend the second residential dome and the one beyond, food processing and aquaponics. Power Dome remained sealed as well. The disunionists left for the outside through docking. They took the pre-war subspheres. They left corpses and desolation behind them, about 20 or so survivors, mostly native Lemurian, and about 3 disjointed sub-islander families, which would later all merge into Oivinders. There was, of course, some unfriendliness at that time, and some regrettable things were done, but we all got along well after that. Yes. It's horrible, isn't it? Us, we were all born way after that. We have nothing against sub-islanders, but our grandparents, they lived through it. They remembered it. There were beatings, murders, suicides. Angus, please, let's not go into the details. It's all in the past. It's the damn truth. The disunionists destroyed the things we needed to stay enough. We better end it here. It's a difficult subject for all. I'd like to talk to you about Todd. What did he screw up now? Can you let him unlock the gate to R&D for me? If the boy unlocks it now, what's next? He'll go there and screw something up. Flood the station. There could be germs, viruses. He could get sick, or if he follows you, hurt himself. New unknown spaces are likely to cause him stress. Plenty of stress. Besides, he's got to exercise. Todd suffers from numerous health problems, both physiological and psychological. Life here is truly difficult. Yes, but the worst of all, Todd has fertility problems. The boy's useless. There's still hope for him and Cinna to have a child, but it all depends on him. I've treated Todd for years. There's only so much I can do. No hope. Can I talk to Cinna? Unfortunately, no. She can't speak to you. Or anyone else. She's resting. All of this concerning Todd, it's too heavy a burden for her. She's resting. Angus. Yes, you don't think too highly of your son, do you? How can I, Corporal? My only son, my blood, the carrier of my genes, yet he can't even learn how to use a simple tool bracer. I've tried teaching him, many other things too, but he always finds a way to screw it up. Damn it all to depths. These hands, with these alone I've maintained the station ever since my father died, may his spirit float freely. With these hands, I've brought servants back to life to take care of our two families, saved us all from flooding and loss of electrical power on numerous occasions. My son can't even maintain his own room. A tool bracer? The tool bracer. It's a bracer-like machine that goes over the arm and holds and moves tools according to the user's wishes, a necessity for any kind of serious work. There's many bracers on this station, but I've only ever used my father's one. It's the only one I even keep in the shop. I found this in the machine shop. My tool bracer. That moron lost all the tools. Can you show me how it works? Well, you put it on like this. He takes the bracer and puts his arm through it, having the decorated transparent section facing up. He then quickly presses on the root of his thumb with his fingers, which causes the straps to automatically tighten themselves around the forearm's anterior side. The strap lock still works good. So how do you use it? It's all gesture-based. There's a sensor by the wrist which detects even the most minute tendon movements. Pressing the root of your thumb activates and deactivates gesture recognition, but you can program it to your liking. He checks the connector at the base of the device. Corroded. The tools inside are held by electromagnets, and you can move your hand to rotate them around your arm and have them inserted in your hand, all very smoothly. Unless the magnetic focuser is going to depths. It also picks up tools and replaces them with new ones. Once you get the hang of it, you can work really fast. In the past, there were some expert engineers who could use two bracers at the same time, but their bloodlines died out, sadly, their skills left untaught. Can I use it? There's no tools in it. Extend your arm. He reaches for his outer thigh, pushing his hand right through his suit into an imperceptible pocket. From it, he pulls out some kind of a metal rivet. And as soon as he does so, the pocket seals back into invisibility. He opens the tool bracer and puts the rivet right in the middle. The magnets snap it into place and closes the bracer. This'll do here. I'll put it on like he did and press the root of your thumb with your fingers. There. Now let's say you need to use a Huss wrench. In this case, a size 8 jack rivet. It's on position 1. Move your hand up in line with the rivet. The inside part of the bracer, a hollow cylinder to which tools are attracted by magnets, rotates so that the rivet reaches the interior side, ready to be picked up. There you go. Move your hand down to reach for the rivet. As soon as your hand gets in position, you hear a short buzzing sound, and you feel the rivet being passed in your hand. Cool. Now tilt your hand down and give the rivet back to the bracer. Tilt your hand down and inward. The magnet pulls the rivet from your hand, and the cylinder rotates it back into its original position. All this happens very fluidly and quickly. Great. See, you've got the hang of it straight away. One more thing left to do. Some tools can be on the far ends of the bracer, and maybe you can't see them or need to access them more often. Let's rotate the whole cylinder. Tilt your hand up and in line with the rivet. While still keeping it up, rotate it left or right. Whatever you do, wherever you want. Let's say whatever you do, don't do this. Rotate it around so it ends up in its original position. Tilt your hand up and in line with the rivet, then rotate it left or right. Oh, there you go. Excellent. That's all there is to it, basically. It's not exactly robotic science to anyone but the boy. I think I got lucky. Let me try one more time. Maybe I have to do it badly so that they think I'm an idiot like their child. Uh-huh. Shelley, do you think you may be a little protective of Todd? I beg to differ. I'm as protective as a mother should be. It's my duty. Todd's a perfectly capable young man, but there'll always be things where mother knows best, and mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. Like in aquaponics. There are many ways he could hurt himself, and he needs to eat well. Why should he worry about it if his mother's an alimentary technician? It's my expertise. I can prepare everything for him, and no matter how old he is, to me, he's still that little boy from our family portrait. Family portrait? Oh, yes. In our room, family portraits are a matter of tradition here. Every year, an entire family would get photographed in the photo room. The effects and backgrounds of their choice would be added. It was wonderful. Some had little taste, but in our family, it was something we'd spend a lot of time planning to get the perfect picture. But after the photo room equipment got broken down, we stopped doing it. Angus tried repairing it, but there's no way to manufacture the replacement parts. I see. Stig, how may I help you? Do you think the regimen you've put Todd on is really good for his psyche? His mental state is indeed delicate. Todd's suffering from a complex form of infantile regression, a condition in which a person regresses to an earlier stage of development, adapting childish mannerisms and behavior. It serves as a defense mechanism to protect the psyche from an unacceptable reality, in this case his fertility problems. However, mind and body are interconnected. His problems, fundamentally, are physiological in nature, so treating these issues will inevitably reflect positively on his mental state. There's an old Lemurian saying, a healthy mind and a healthy body. Exercise will not only help him get fit, but will also help him reduce stress, as exercise decreases tension, elevates the mood, improves sleep, and self-esteem. I have years and years of Todd's test results on my computer, which have led me to these conclusions. I've seen some of Todd's medical records. He's got low testosterone. Could that be due to stress? Among other things, stress affects testosterone levels negatively, which results in impotence. That's why we need to keep it at a minimum through exercise while keeping him in an environment in which he can feel as safe as possible. You asked that Todd opens the R&D dome gate for you. That in and of itself will be stressful for someone in a delicate condition as he is, as mundane an action as it may seem. Keeping him in one dome is going to be more stressful in the long run, because he's Lemurian. Having a new unknown space before him, one that's been described as dangerous to him repeatedly, is bound to cause him a lot of stress. Well, the known is rarely scarier than the unknown. Also, he'll feel pressured not to make a mistake, even if it's such a simple thing. I know how implants work. Let's say it all goes well, but what if later on he opens the gate and goes there alone and something happens to him? He shouldn't live in constant fear of everything. What if something in fact does go wrong when the gate opens, something that's an actual threat? I'll take care of it and he'll see everything can be overcome. I understand. I think now I understand what you mean. It's not his low testosterone that makes him less of a man. It's not being a man that keeps his testosterone low. Yes, yes. Native Lemurians, how different they are. I've grown distant to Todd after years of him and Cinna not being able to make a child. His problems prevented it. And I've worked for years to improve his health with the means I had. I felt like another patient. Yes, we've grown distant. Asta and I and him. Moreover, I believe he no longer has any kind of relationship with my wife. Very well. Todd needs more independence and space. This, combined with moderate physical activity, should improve his health, mental and otherwise. Can you open the gate for me? If the boy unlocks it now, yeah, so we gotta convince each personality to calm the fuck down. Oh, wait. You've convinced me freedom of movement and action would benefit his health, and my husband convinced me. What you see in Todd's face seems to represent everyone looking at each other. They hesitate. But as soon as one of them shakes their head, the others follow. All right, we got to get someone else on board here. Mama Bear family portrait. I'm guessing I could maybe fuck up the tool bracer, and then Dad could snap on me. Drugs. A chewed up pill bottle. Uh-huh. A potent antidepressant. High intelligence will give you clues. Yeah, I'm guessing I just do it wrong and then make him admit that yelling at Todd's. Whoops, sorry there, Toddy. I want to speak to your parents again. Welcome back, Corporal. Care for a drink? We have an old bottle of green coral, double distilled, wonderful, mature spirit. You're most generous, Mr. Newman. Cheers. He pours some invisible liquid, oh god. Very nice. Splendid. I'd like to know more about you. Oh, we've already done this. How about Todd? Angus. Tool bracer. Put it on and wriggle your hand. What are you doing? What? Damn it to the depths. The root of your thumb. This thing. How do I press on it? Like this. There. Now let's see if you can use a husk. What do you mean by move up? Come on, child. Pay attention, damn it. Make a circle with your hand. Just up. No circling. Move your hand up. Whole arm. This is a joke, isn't it? Not even a boy is this incompetent. No. You're fooling around. I can't do this unless you get serious. You may be our guest here, but by the depths, my patience has its limits. It's got its limits. Alright, well, hang on. Let me just get high. I gotta cut him off. How much hypercerebrix do I have? I have a few. Hey! You fucking got in the way last time, and now you're moving around me, you chunky monkey. Hey! Oh, hey, what's this one? Oh, well, hang on, that could trap him. Now, how the fuck... I can't walk around him, but he walks around me. So. Oh. Alright, Teddy. Move your hand up. Yeah. Drop the rivet. Damn it, no problem. Now give it back to the bracer. Okay. Rotate your hand and select the rivet. By the depths. Tilt your hand up in line with the damn rivet, then rotate left or right. Rotate. Finally. You get the feeling he's on the verge of snapping. I want to try again. Maybe you just got to keep fucking up. I think I got lucky. Let me try it one more time. Hmm. The only clue I get is to do it again, which I'm guessing that I have to, like, do it wrong? It's a miracle Todd learned how to use this tool brazier with you around. What do you mean learned? The boy's useless as... I've been practicing when father wasn't looking. I don't want him to be useless, but it's hard, damn it, hard. Just like my father taught me before his. I knew I had to teach my own boy everything I know, but he's so slow and... But the tool bracer, he can use it. He clearly can. At least the boy can do something right. Will you open the fucking door? Okay, the mom isn't on board. I've seen your family portrait. It's nice. The best one we ever did. I think Ovinder's and our family portraits are the only two left on display. There was still a lot of people here, you know, back when we were young, but over the years, one by one, they passed away. And few were being born to replace the dying. Yes, sadly, bad living conditions resulted in numerous health issues for us Lemurians over the years. It's too confined. The sub-islanders don't mind it. In fact, they prefer it. Lemurians took plenty of medications to maintain their health, but much of our capacity for manufacturing medicine was destroyed during the disunion. The disunion didn't seem to have gotten in the way of good relations between you and the sub-islanders? No. Most sub-islanders went outside during the disunion, and the remaining ones continued living here with us. There was some tension in the succeeding years, naturally, but all was forgotten, yes. However, many lives were lost then, and much was destroyed. Let's focus on the portrait. Yes, but I was thinking, the station's been through a lot. The Great War, disunion, health issues, death. Let's talk about the health issues. There was still a lot of people here, you know, back when we were young, but over the years, blah, 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 blah. Sad past, and was there enough food for everyone? Of course, the food was never a problem, never. Not even in the worst of times. We've always produced sufficiently, and throughout the years we've always had conscientious alimentary technicians who made sure food quality was up to the highest standards. And that is something, I'm proud to say one myself. I've maintained to this day to the best of my abilities. You did well. But you need more than just quality food to maintain health at the station. Sadly. Bad damn it. But the food production survived. Food was never a problem. You've been feeding Fatty. Our son needs our help. He's got so much to worry about, and he can't possibly make time for everything. That's why I'm here. And my husband, of course, and our in-laws. Your husband's got a lot on his shoulders. Angus has always been a great father to Todd. Great. We both are hardworking and dedicated. It may seem like he's hard on Todd, but as I've told Stig and asked him many times, it's just how it comes across. You're lucky he's retained his sanity. His sanity, yes. The sub-islanders like it down here, but you don't. There were a lot more sub-islanders before the disunion, but now the Ovinders are the only ones left. You've known them your entire life, basically. There are only friends here, and obviously in-laws. Nothing but the best about them, especially the sweet, sweet Cinna. I've yet to meet Cinna. Todd and Cinna always seemed like they were made for each other. They were so different yet so alike. They had no one else but each other, sure, but they're a perfect match. I still remember their wedding like it was yesterday. Sad we couldn't do a proper photographing session. We had to use a surveillance camera. Oh, friends, I've yet to meet Cinna. Todd's problems, at first I thought it was Cineva, that the problem was with her, but Stig convinced me that he was the one that had fertility issues. But isn't it, even without an expert's opinion, more likely that Todd is the one with the problem, looking back at the health of the Lemurians? Well, I guess you're right. I've yet to meet Cinna. What if they didn't like each other? Well, they'd have to learn to like each other. There's no choice. Our son needs our help. You make sure he stays in a good environment, yes? Todd spends most of his time in this dome. It's the safest and cleanest. As important as health is at any time naturally, it's even more important when he has these problems. With fertility? So that's why he's doing the exercises. No, so it's all on Todd. Our son needs help. Oh, fuck. Stays in a good environment. With fertility? I'm sure he did. Stig, of course. He is, after all, the only physician around. There are only friends here. Let's focus on the portrait. Yes, but I was thinking... No, I want to talk about the fucking portrait. There, that majestic reed field you chose as your picture's background looks great. Thank you. I chose that one. The last time, Angus picked something dull, static, minimalistic, uninteresting, while I wanted something visually stunning to capture the better, prosperous times of our history. The Ovinders did the same with their portrait, only their sub-islander culture is different. Ovinders, only friends here. Well, that didn't fucking help. A portrait. Isla, my mother, passed away just a few months prior to when it was taken. The last member from my side of the family. I miss her so much. Tell me about her. Oh, she was a wonderful woman, in the conditions in which we lived, but I wouldn't want to bore you. It's all in the past. Yes, there were still a lot of people here, back when we were young, but over the years, they passed. It all started with the Great War. The Great War. If it weren't for it, we'd all be running across these wonderful reed meadows my mother always talked about. Biocorp, they destroyed everything. But they didn't find this place. Yes, indeed. Speaking of safety, Todd spends most of his time... Oh, fuck off. Shit, this is a real quagmire with her. I'm sure Sin is very supportive of him. How old was she? She was 58. Bad living conditions resulted in health issues for the Lemurians over the years, yeah. Sad past? The station's been through a lot. Do I have my JKK vest? I do not have my JKK vest. Oh, here we go. I do my best as a mother, and as the only elementary technician, I have to think about everything, but my mother's always taught me that to be strong, you have to let it out. So I have my boudoir where I can go and weep. Yes, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It releases negative emotions. Has Todd ever seen you weep? I don't let him see me. I don't. Is your husband also involved in family affairs? He's always been a great father. Yeah, retained this. The Ovinders know you well enough. I've yet to meet Senna. Illness took many people after the disunion. Medicine, shit again. All comes with being a parent. Tell me about your mother. Sorry for your loss. A strange thing happens. Todd pauses. His mouth moving, but no words come out. Please speak to my husband. Okay, open the gate. Yeah, you're gonna be a fucking crybaby, Mom. Really? Fucking stuck in a word maze here. Go find her crying room. Most of the dishes are moldy. Well, that was a bad idea. Tried to meet you halfway on this. Use Todd's arm. A weird symbol. The acorn's supposed to be in here somewhere. Special lab. That's where the sub-islanders did their secret shit. The Lemurians worked in the general lab. Well, well, well. To merely call the monolith the dark would not be accurate. Its blackness is not merely the lack of reflected light, but emptiness in every way. Its space is not vacant or filled with dark substance, but rather it feels as though there's not even any space there. It's more like a tear in space-time, but perhaps a tear in reality itself, revealing the nothingness beyond. At the same time, the monolith does not appear as if it has some sort of existence itself, and its existence seems clearer and more fundamental than that of everything else around it. One of the corners seems to have been cut off, giving you a glimpse inside the monolith. A sight of the endless expanses populated by dimmed purple, bluish, and reddish light, sparsely lit by bright white particles, all swirling endlessly without aim, in fine purple mist through the black void. Leave it be. It's a problem for the magic stick. It's hitting void creatures. Void creature dies, you're goddamn right. Touch the place where the monolith was cut. You scramble up the slippery monolith until you can just about reach the cut part. Then you slowly insert your fingers inside, but immediately withdraw them due to searing pain. You slide down in panic and inspect your hand. The very tips of your fingers appear as if they were cut off with surgical precision. Oops. That's fine. Guess I should be high on juice for that part. I mean, smashing it seemed like the right choice, but it didn't fucking accomplish anything. Inside is a massive dried up human brain. Oh, is that all? Psychosomatic predation. Thought control 50. Pacifier. The cumbersome and clunky construction of this ionic headband suggests that it's just an experimental model. Gives me an extra psi slot. Takes up armor penalty though. All psionics up by 25. Regen up. Offensive psionics cost more, my initiative goes down, and I get crit more. What's a non-lethal psionic, though? Force field? Brain readings? Oh, there's the power. Shadow wave cycle projection charts? Shadow dust inhalation? Don't do that. Looks like if you ingest it, you go crazy. Frequencies higher than 42 Hz will consistently result in death. Frequencies higher than 60 Hz are considered dangerous and should only be used with psionic subjects while exercising extreme caution. It's me. Psychoprojection images. Dr. Madel's drawings. The first drawing features a black background with a few white squiggly lines. The second sketch is more elaborate. There's about 20 or so lines horizontally parallel to one another, with some having warm coloration, either all the way through or partially until turning white again. They're shaped like sine waves with smooth, constant amplitude, but some waves are only uniform up until they spiral out of order and outside the bounds of the drawing. The third sketch is yet more elaborate. The background is still black, but all the lines are colored without restrictions. Their mutual spatial relationship feels organized in a fully two-dimensional way, while their shapes are more varied in size and proportions. If still rounded for the most part, simple geometric shapes like triangles and squares split in half diagonally are also present, as if emerging from some kind of fabric formed by the underlying intertwistment of the multicolored lines. The fourth drawing's blank. The fifth drawing, Jesus Christ. You get the impression that he's drawing too many fucking pictures. God damn it, get me out of here. Some kind of a crudely constructed scanner. Documents, Shadowlith Archive. Notes, reports, and papers on the Shadowlith recovered following shadow emission LEAD-129, which wiped out most of the data in the Special Laboratory Database. The Black Monolith was first uncovered at the Abyssal Excavation Site 6, several years after the construction of Abyssal Station 0. The monolith is a 3-meter-tall, deep black structure in the shape of a hexagonal prism, augmented with pyramidal frustrums at its top and bottom. It's composed of a material so dense it required 4 heavy sublifters to bring it to the station. At 108 tons, its density was calculated to be 30 grams per cubic centimeter. Transporting it from the manufacturing dome required reinforcing the floor with RG panels and using superlubric mats to eliminate friction when pushed by strongmen. Composition test was performed after an upgrade of the nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscope module in the hopes that it will finally allow us to determine the molecular structure of the black monolith after numerous failed attempts, to our dismay. But sadly consistent with all our previous tests, this one gave us no results. The black monolith is impenetrable to all our instruments and impervious to all tools with which we've tried to obtain samples. In agreement with Dr. Marson, we're ceasing all attempts at further testing the monolith's physical properties until means to obtain samples are provided. We'll instead focus all our research on the shadow waves. A shadow wave is a transverse wave radiated by the black monolith, which during its first half period exhibits measurable physical interactions, but no measurable interactions during its second half period. In normal conditions, the change between positive and negative excitancy occurs at frequencies of 0.2 Hz, meaning that the wave completes one full cycle in 0.4 Hz, with an average wavelength of 16 microns. The points where excitancy states come to an end are called shadow wave excitancy limits, or more specifically, negative and positive excitancy limits for each of the respective states of interaction. The extent to which the shadow waves interact with material reality is not yet known, but so far we've measured the more obvious electromagnetic interactions, some weak nuclear interactions, and some strong nuclear interactions. Unaccounted for increases and decreases in mass at excitancy limits have also been measured, but due to its inconsistent manifestation magnitude, we've yet to draw solid conclusions with respect to gravitational effects of the wave. Most of these perturbations are otherwise unexplained phenomena occur near or at excitancy limits, whereas during positive excitancy, the shadow wave carries energy in the form of regular electromagnetic wave in a somewhat predictable fashion depending on properties measured. How the energy is carried from positive to negative excitancy limits, and why and how these limits manifest in space is yet unknown. What is clear is that changes in this electromagnetic component wave during positive excitancy of the shadow wave is conserved throughout its negative excitancy, meaning that I don't understand any of this fucking shit. Shadow wave manipulation. So far we've determined that shadow waves can be partially manipulated through changes in the electromagnetic field during positive excitancy. This means that by giving the wave more energy at appropriate excitancy limits, we can, for instance, change its frequency in a manner that is consistent with our understanding of the laws of reality. However, this also produces amplified and so far unpredictable quantum effects at excitancy limits, both positive and negative, depending on how the wave is manipulated and the medium through which it passes. The shadow waves can be directed through space by guiding them into Orion tubes with a massive magnetic field shaped at the base of the monolith. In these tubes, we can shoot photons at specific intervals, aiming for either negative or positive excitancy limits so that we may study the resulting quantum interactions. The process can be dangerous if too much energy is introduced, which has resulted in 2 accidents already, but controlled wave manipulation at positive excitancy limits will create relatively stable changes in the wave. What quantum interactions occur at negative excitancy limits, like the creation of new particles, is currently beyond the scope of our understanding. This experiment was conducted to test the hypothesized complete negation of objects from reality with phased shadow wave beam technology. The object used for this experiment is a standard-size pseudo-brass cup suspended in an MO5 testing sphere. By channeling the shadow wave through 2 5.3-meter-long Orion tubes and introducing increasing amounts of energy at every positive excitancy limit, we're able to achieve the desired frequency of 67.5 Hz for both waves. One wave is then continuously phase-shifted in the range of 175 to 185 degrees. After the darkening effect has been achieved, another energy surge is needed to completely negate the cup from existence, a process which occurred in less than 0.15 seconds. The experiment, besides proving the negation hypothesis, also proves Boden's principle that strong chemical bonds will ensure that whole objects will be affected. In conclusion, the 5th test was a complete success, the only losses being the 2 Orion tubes in the MO5 sphere. However, those could hardly be called losses, not because of the relatively small cost of the equipment, but more so due to the fact that changes in their chemical structure and the formation of these unknown liquid crystal components will provide our team with new studying material. The anamorphic disk. Today we received something called an anamorphic disk. It's supposedly capable of cutting the black monolith. It came in an external shipment, the details of which are oddly kept away from all of us. At first glance, it's a rather unimpressive rubbery disc, 20 centimeters in diameter and 1 centimeter thick, gray in color, of a rough texture made out of some unknown synthetic material we were explicitly instructed not to scan and to keep in cryo except during use. This thing is something no sane person would see as a cutting tool, let alone something that could damage an object as impervious as the black monolith. However, after doing some testing at the shop, we now view the anamorphic disk in a completely different light. The disk arrived with a SETAR SG88M large diameter grinder, on whose end it's to be attached, which frankly gives it a comically disproportionate appearance. Speaking of comical, are we really expected to believe that such a primitive tool as a mechanical grinder with a rubber gasket at its end will achieve what the most technologically advanced lasers and plasma cutters at our disposal can't? These thoughts went through all our minds, and then we fired the thing up. Within the span of a second, the disc flattened while tripling in diameter, its gray color becoming much lighter in shade. In this state, the disc could cut anything we tested it on, pseudo-brass, steel, all the way to stronger alloys and minerals, even a G5-rated diamonds, and did so with little resistance. Will it cut the monolith? That would be its ultimate test. We were instructed to modify a strongman to use the grinder and to ensure that it's capable of performing the cut, taking all the potential variables into account. No idea how they come up with those, but what do I know? I'm just an engineer. Hopefully the cut will be performed tomorrow, after which I'll file another report. Summon available servant? No available servant detected, of course. The acorn! Strongman's head? It's got burn marks that rise from the neck and spiral towards the top of the head, because he cut the monolith. Oh, that's not good. There's a portal there. Uh-oh. Void creature. I've got the juice on my side now, brother. I missed him. It's a little easier to aim when I'm high on juice. I think I'm just gonna take it out. Oops. I thought that, well, it's a 90%. There's a chance. Yes. We did it. Destroyed Shadowlith. Get fucked. The other piece of shadow dust. Remember, don't eat it. Yeah, that thing fucking worried me. That became some sort of like a portal. Any rooms that I can get into that I couldn't before? No, I think we can just leave. We have the acorn, right? We can just take this to the professor. Goodbye, Todd. Best of fucking luck. Oh, never mind. I killed him and cut his arm off. Oops. I could take the acorn to multiple people. I suppose I could take it to Tanner. That's a bad idea, but... Surface. Is that it? Is that the end of the expedition? We've made it. What is this place? Lemco. Not my problem. Well, if that's the end of the expedition, that means we can do deep caverns next time. I don't think I can do deep caverns in a single stream. Deep caverns is very long and stressful, but... much like our freighter, we're rocketing towards the end of our Underrail playthrough. Look at us go. I don't know how I feel about Expedition. I really enjoyed the setting, but it seems that by not befriending the ferryman, I missed out on a lot of lore and whatever the fuck was going on. I mean, I'm glad I didn't get screwed at the end, Deep Cavern style, but at the same time, it also felt a little, I don't know, anticlimactic to just whack that stone a bunch and then be done with it. I didn't like the Todd sequence. I don't like word puzzles in a game where it's all skills. Although your stats and skills did give you clues, but I wasn't a huge fan of that segment. I was expecting something else. I was expecting like another deep cavern, honestly. Hell am I? Holy shit, goodbye forever, freighter. God damn. The sub part, I still stand by the fact the sub part was dog shit. Even without the towing bug, there was no point in the sub. Just fucking go to Abyssal Station 0. What was the point of tugging the sub? I'm guessing it just gives like a final snippet of Ferryman lore, but just fucking let the sub go. Who else would you give it to? I mean, I guess I could give it to the ferryman, but... I want to see if Tanner wants it, just because we know, having played the game once already, that Tanner's not necessarily our friend. But he might want it. If there is no great fanfare for befriending the ferryman, then there was literally no reason for the whole sequence of getting the sub to L2. It could have just fucking dove. It could have dove anywhere. I don't understand what the point of the sub not being able to dive was. Why do you ask me about the acorn? All I know is it's somehow connected to certain high-tech machines capable of traversing great distances, even reaching the surface. It could benefit the station greatly. Surface. Interesting. I've had the opportunity to study this technology at one time. I was fortunate enough to obtain information, but the hardware itself has proven impossible to find. But how do you know about the acorn? I learned about it during a trip to the Black Sea. Do you have it? I do. His answer is immediate and spoken with obvious satisfaction. This is it. Acorn. Has it been opened? I don't know. Acorn has what's called a quantum near-field lock. The lock can only be opened with an appropriate coded signal. They've never been beaten as far as I'm aware, but even as is, Acorn is still of immense value to this station. Will he risk it all for what's inside the box? Here you go. Here's something for your efforts. The earthquake repairs left us on a restricted budget. I'll make sure you're compensated for your contribution in other ways. After counting and handing you a hefty sum of SGS credits, he takes the acorn. His large hands diminish its perceived size, yet his scrutiny increases its importance. I'll send this to engineering. We'll begin studying it as soon as possible. You've done a great service to this station, Burger Time. Believe me when I say this event is going to be remembered. I'd like to know more about it. Of course! What does it do? In the simplest of terms, it's a completely autonomous device capable of constructing highly complex objects and machinery. You'll understand better once I elaborate further. Each Acorn unit contains a spherical supercomputer built into it, and powering its AI with billions of nanobots under its control and the ability to produce more if needed. It also has a high-capacity power supply, but over the course of the unit's operation, that supply will run out. I'll explain it further on. Each Acorn? There are more. While they're all designed identically, each one has a different goal. An Acorn unit is intended to be deployed somewhere, anywhere, so that it may construct a so-called mega project, a project of great scale and complexity. That could be a machine, a construction, a city, it depends. But it's never simple, for it would be profligate. That's a word of the day. One might not be able to tell what the Acorn is constructing even at later stages, let alone before it's been activated. Like in the case of the one you've brought me. But what is certain is that each unit comes with a blueprint which it follows in order to finish the mega project. Therefore, when activated, and with the blueprint loaded, the AI begins scanning the environment it is in. Its proficient nanobots are capable of exploiting whatever the AI requires, gathering the resources and establishing power sources as the mega projects take a long time to complete. And the unit's internal power supply will rarely be able to endure it. Setting up defenses is crucial as well. But the nanobots are fundamentally of limited capability and need to make way for larger and more advanced machinery when the time for it comes. They're there to establish further production, either de novo or by taking over machines and facilities already in existence, and to act as the unit's means of interacting with the world around itself, a role they fulfill till the very end. Every unit has a prime directive to finish the mega project. How it achieves that is up to the AI, and the AI may, if it chooses so, based on the availability of materials, restrictions of the environment, and many other factors, modify the blueprint and construct something that fulfills the purpose but wasn't necessarily specified by the original blueprint. All within these things lies the value of the technology of the Acorn. It adapts and grows in any environment like a living organism. It then fulfills its purpose and terminates. Alright, he's already described that. Did NFT make them? They seem far too advanced when compared to the rest of the technology they have. Everything I know about them suggests that they manufactured Acorn units. That doesn't exclude the fact that they may have obtained the technology from some other supercorporation, even if I have no information that can support it. But the origin of the technology is the least important thing. The technology itself is. Where could the other ones be? It's likely that other supercorporations have them, at least according to various sources. New Frontier Technologies produced Acorn units not only for themselves, but were apparently commissioned by others to do so. As you've experienced yourself, the units are extremely difficult to acquire, let alone their corresponding coded signals, which we still don't have. Several sources suggest that Biocorp had at least one unit, but nothing useful beyond that. What are you going to do with it? We can't activate it without the coded signal, so the next step would be to attempt to find the corresponding one. In the meantime, we can study it. Can you force it open? They're designed in such a way as to destroy themselves in the event that any physical attempts at opening them are taken. So all we can do now is observe. Uh-huh. About the Acorn? He gave me 6,000 credits and 2,000 XP, which, I mean, if you beat the expedition is kind of shit. Well, using the power of F9, let's see what the other people say when we give it to them. Well, their budget was stretched thin by the earthquake. Azif, got this acorn? You ever heard of the acorn? Hey, what the fuck is this? It looks like an artifact of the Godmen. Where'd you find this? Used to be a shard in a barrel. Fuck off. A shard? Where'd you find the shard? It was buried in the corpse of a savage giant in the Black Sea. I see. It seems to be a part of a Godmen monolith. I have seen and been in possession of pieces similar to this before. This Godmen technology is a strange thing, yes. They seem to put their data, machines, tool, and maybe some living conscious minds inside these big packages that are monoliths we see scattered across the world. Maybe they do so in order to protect their possessions from those such as we, as retrieving them is both difficult and very risky, and somewhat a random process, especially when it comes to the devices themselves. You say this device was once a monolith chipping, a shard. How'd you manage to transform it? By sheer luck? Or was I drunk? I think I was drunk. I see. Well, in any case, I don't know what this device is exactly, but it looks like it could be used to project some sort of force. It could be a weapon. Have you tried using it? I destroyed the Shadowlith. He listens carefully as you tell him the story of how you descended into the Abyssal Station and destroyed the black monolith you found there, and what you learned about it. I've never come across anything resembling the type of monolith you describe. It's unfortunate that you couldn't bring me back a sample of it due to its weight. Perhaps we'll have to organize an expedition to that place at some point to learn more about exactly what took place there. I killed a void creature with it? Curious. I think I beheld something similar back when we did some crude experiments with the Godmen monoliths. Perhaps at some point we ought to organize it. I tried using the device, and it does appear to be a weapon. As I suspected then. It doesn't sound like it's particularly devastating, according to Godmen standards at least. I'll give it to you for free. No, wait. We'll give it to him for free later. That might come in handy in the deep caverns. Bilby King? I do wonder exactly what that void creature that returned bearing his image. Was it really him? If it was, that brings up the question then. Can the energies of their shamans really provide some sort of potential immortality, or at least a life after initial physical death? What should I do with it? You should try experimenting with it. See what it can do and what its limits are. Carefully, of course. Or I'd be willing to buy it from you for a fair price if you don't want it anymore. Well, hang on here. Aren't you worried about those crazy people? Not in the slightest. Even if they could circumvent the electronic defense system somehow, gaining access to the Oculus is impossible. With a courteous nod. Conversely, their trips into certain death provide us with some valuable information regarding the nature of their lunacy. The fact that they can perceive Oculus or certain aspects of it is not something that should be ignored. We've been noticing for years that many of them tend to be drawn to sources of great psionic energy, but how exactly all of that is arranged in their disarranged minds remains a mystery still. You want this acorn? Acorn? Why do you ask? I learned about it during one of my recent ventures. Seemingly, it's a modest square container, but within it lies technology so advanced it's beyond the comprehension of even the smartest minds in the world, the majority anyways. Thus, it's a very valuable thing. Now, besides finding out about it, did you also perhaps find it? I did! An actual acorn. Never thought I'd see one in person. Here you go. The coded signal. What do you mean? Acorns have something called a quantum near-field lock. These kinds of locks require a highly complex coded signal to open. But perhaps I'm asking too much. These locks are practically impenetrable. But there is time. There's more than one? Yes, there are more of them. Acorns, you see, are quite unique things. Supercomputer, this is what Tanner told us. I think this is literally what Tanner tells us. What am I going to do with it? Observe, study it. It's unusable without the coded signal, a state in which it may remain for years to come. But even in dormancy, it can teach us plenty. For now, we have it. We have it. Could there be other ones? Saying acorns were abundant would be ridiculous, but there is good evidence that they all had at least one at one point or another. But where they are now, that's a question I can't answer. This one's the first to be discovered after decades and decades. Oh yeah, so I talked to the crazy guy down there. He had a magic headband. Go on. He was talking about lines, angles, forms. I saw the ritual, the transformation. They get fried. Beyond infinity, beyond limits. Beyond the limits of this world, perhaps. So their attraction to Oculus could have some religious basis, at least for him it does. It's not difficult to imagine that they're trying to reach this transfinite idol of theirs through what they don't perceive as violent death, but rather some kind of journey, perhaps. Is this lunatic still among the living, or did he share the fate of his predecessors? He's alive. Excellent. I'll keep a closer eye on him. These lunatics. There's some truth in what they're sensing, yes, however they might interpret it. I merely wish to distill it, Burger Time, and learn from it. See you later. He just gave us XP. I'm guessing the professor gives us a bunch of money, but we don't need money because we sold that old jet ski. By the way, if he doesn't give us 15,000 coins, that's highway fucking robbery. It's highway robbery if he doesn't give us 15,000 points for it, because that's what we got for selling a jet ski. I have a report to make about the Abyssal Station. Both the professor and the chief listen to your story of descent into the abyssal depths of the Black Sea. Arrival to what is a dilapidated monument to both the Lemurians' ability to adapt and survive, and to their ironic, almost paradoxical inability to do just that. And then after I destroyed the Shadowlith, I got back in the submarine. By the caverns. As amazed as he, without a doubt, is, you can see it in his eyes that what he's waiting for is about the acorn. There you go. Nothing happens for the first few moments. He acts as if you've presented him with the most mundane of things. But then as his eyes slowly focus on the big white letters from capital A to the capital N, he can't but not gawk at it and on. Acorn. Goodness me. This is it, a box? It probably. May I have it, please? Okay. We did it. Oh, goodness me, we did it. It was all worth it. What are your orders, Professor? It's time for us to leave. What we've managed to collect so far and can be loaded onto our ships we'll bring with us. The rest, it's up to the sea. Richard, it's time to inform your sec troopers. The Black Sea expedition is over. I simply can't put my gratitude into words, Corporal. If you ever find yourself in Dis, please stop by the university. You'll always be welcome. Unless you have anything to ask me, you're free to leave. Oh, and don't forget to take the possessions from your footlocker. All right, they gave me my own room. Just a couple of questions. Do you know anything about it? Do you think Biocorp knew about the Abyss Station or the Shadowlith? What if they feared facing what was down there and retreated because of it? To that, I'm afraid I couldn't possibly give you an answer. Oh. Goodbye. 2,000 XP. Was I supposed to ask them for money? No, I would get paid by Marcus. Here for my paycheck. That's it? I'm giving it to the Oculus. Do waste it on brew and hookers. Ignore him. $2,000 is a lot, but the expedition giving me less money than the jet ski is a bit of a slap in the face. So we're giving it to the Oculus. I need to insist. I think it's worth about 6,000. Oh, fucking nope. Worth less than the goddamn jet ski. I'm afraid our budget can't support that. 5? 4. Richard, unfortunately, your sec troopers might not all get their bonuses straight away. Once we are back to this, I'll take care of everything. Don't worry, Professor. My men will understand. We did it. No time, Professor. Yeah, we'll give it to our pal Azif. Eh, 7,000 isn't that much. That's probably for the best that we don't give the acorn to the North Underrail. Because regardless of what Dis thinks, it's going to become protectorate property. No, you can't have my magical nano machine cube. I found it. Yeah, okay. Shoot him. That's how that's going to go down. That's the cutscene for Underrail 2. Bad news, boys. They didn't have it. The acorn was nowhere to be found. So this was all for nothing. For nothing. Do not despair, Professor. It's beyond our powers. We've done plenty here. The expedition is a success. But all the dead sect troopers. That's our job, Professor, our duty. Every sect trooper came here willing to give his or her life for this expedition. Those who did will be buried with the greatest of honors upon our return. It takes him a moment to recover, but then he puts his glasses back on and gets up slowly, as if drained of all his life energy. What are your orders, Professor? It's time for us to leave. The Black Sea expedition is over. Even though we haven't found the acorn, I simply can't put my gratitude into words, Corporal. If you ever find yourself in Dis, I can still go see. Just a couple questions, Professor. Do you think BioCorp knew about the Abyssal Station? Probably not. Get my payday in beyond my payway. Only 1,000. They seem to be having another discussion. Listen in. This is it. We're leaving the Hell's Gut. Yes, yes. It was horrible. Pipe working. Since we arrived here, we've had to deal with bugs and giant serpents, them tops and crap tubes, disease, sickness, dominated by stinking germs, native attacks, chalk zoners, professors kidnapping, sea zoners, food shortages, pipe work and candy eels. But frankly, I really missed some hardcore grinding. That's the, oh damn, that's what I wanted to hear from you, Marky. Unadulterated, straight to the point grinding. He looks up through a hole in the roof. If there's anything good about you, Hell's Gut, it's that you made this man just a bit less la-di-da. Thank you, Hell's Gut, thank you. So, Lily? Nope, Maria. Oh well, long as you're getting some. Lovely lady posterior. You can sound cultured when you want to, eh, Tone? Hey, Tone ain't no bone, boy. Just don't get too used to it. I'm going to miss you two. Now, as much as I like hanging out with you two, I can't wait to get out of this pipe working place. He cleans his forehead with a handkerchief and squeezes it by his side. Yeah. Anything you need before the laborers start taking things out? Nope, all good. We were able to complete the expedition, barring the massive swaths of lore we never learned about. But that's for you to Google, and me to Google as well, honestly. A little curious. We can return to our house. Call it a night. We'll have to begin preparations for the deep caverns next time, like I said, which should be easy. We've got probably close to 20,000 coins on us right now. We have a lot of drugs, but I would like many, many more drugs. I pretty much wanted them filled up to the brim with drugs for deep caverns. It's a very stressful place for me. Bad memories. But I will see you next time with a little more burger time. We're getting so close. Very close, considering all that's left is the deep caverns. Well, though, that's not true. The Oculist asked us to find that man, didn't they? Whit Nosek. We should try to find him. Well, that's a problem for next time. Until then.